Whoa, what's going on? The game's shaking. I'd be shaking too if this was happening to me. Let's begin! Angry Birds Isle of Pigs on for PSVR is basically exactly what you would expect it to be. It's classic Angry Birds gameplay, but in a 3D space, and the crossover works incredibly well. Just like for mobile games, you use a slingshot, but here it is held in one hand with the Move controller. Each of the birds automatically jump into the slingshot, but you do have to manually pull them back and release them with the other Move controller. So because of this setup, the game does require two Move controllers to play. Launching for birds is incredibly fluid, and your aiming can be very precise thanks to the aid of a dotted line that shows whereabouts the released bird will fly through a level. The main aim is to kill every pig in each level. Only when this has been done can you move on to the next stage. To kill a pig, you either directly hit them with one of your birds, make them fall to their doom, or you can crush them. It's not as fun as the 2D games, it's actually more fun, and is mainly thanks to the inclusion of being able to teleport to certain locations in a level. This adds so many new opportunities for you to get a good score, and demands that you really give each of the structures some good thought before making a move, especially when different types of blocks appear. Wood can be broken through easily, stone is quite a bit tougher, and ice can shatter from even the smallest of impacts. All of their physics are spot on too, and it's very enjoyable to see their reactions from a TNT block, and on the very rare occasion, you may just hit it in the right place to make something fly towards your face. There's even a couple of extra obstacles for you to overcome. Fans will push blocks in a certain direction, and balloons can be popped to cause destruction on the structures below. To have a better chance of success against these are different birds that come with different abilities. To activate their ability, all you do is press the T button, and because of the bird's flight speed, you will have to have good timing with your T button presses. The first bird is red. He doesn't come with an ability and does do average damage. Second is the yellow one, whose ability is to shoot forward with more speed. This allows him to break through more than one block. The black one is basically a bomb that can cause a lot of damage, and the final bird can split into three. These three are not that strong at all though, and do the most damage when collided with the ice blocks. Having different types of birds in the same level does require you to plan your moves ahead, but unfortunately, the game is quite easy overall, and apart from only a couple of levels, I never really had much trouble with progressing. At the end of each world, there is a boss to defeat. The bosses have health bars, which must be chipped away at by hitting them with blocks. I never found them that difficult at all though, and they were over very quickly, so don't expect a thrilling or tough battle with them. As this is a game all about trial and error, you will be happy to know that there are hardly any loading times once you enter one of the game's worlds. Moving on to the next level, or even restarting for one you're already playing, is so quick, and you're not even taken out of the environment itself. Everything simply magically resets in front of your very eyes, so you really are only a couple of seconds away from taking your next shot. Each level classically has 3 stars for you to achieve. The higher your score, the more stars given. You will receive points for killing all the pigs in the least amount of turns, and also for how many objects you destroy. Some of the 3 stars require that you only use one of your birds in a level, so finding the sweet spot in the level structure is a must. There is 4 worlds to complete. Each comes with their own environment, and they are lovely to look at, thanks to the game's sharp image quality. All of the birds are the same designs from the recent Angry Birds movie, so if you are a fan of the films, there is a little bit of fun to be had from viewing them in VR. If you look at the reds, they will notice you and then wave, and when birds are fired, they leave a few feathers behind in the air. Even the enemies change visually, as if they get hit, but not hard enough to die, they will look battered and bruised. It's little details like these that really make the game even higher quality. The game is very easy overall, and even getting 3 stars in each of the levels won't take too long. The game even gives you tips for each levels, but I doubt many players will need to take a glance at them. It took me an hour and a half to beat every level, but in that time, I also got a 3-star rating in the first 2 worlds. Honestly, if you rush through the game and not even bother with getting 3 stars, it will be over in no time at all. There's not a lot to go into detail with the game's trophies. You will get some for using each of the birds for the first time, defeating each of the bosses, and of course, some are related to getting all the stars on each of the levels. It's basically exactly what I expected this trophy list to be. It's just a shame there isn't a platinum for such a well-known game series. I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. The crossover from a 2D world to a 3D virtual space works so well for this series, and the fact that you're able to teleport to a few locations really adds extra depth to each stage that we haven't seen before. But unlike the previous 2D games, the difficulty when it comes to achieving 3 stars in each level is not here, and it's a much easier game, which is a real shame considering the game's very short length. At one point, I started becoming a little disappointed that I had killed all the pigs on my first try, as I knew I was rapidly getting closer to the end of the game, and I wouldn't have a reason to return to it later on. Overall, Angry Birds VR is exactly what I wanted and expected it to be. It's very high quality, everything works so well, and it is presented beautifully. It's absolutely my new favourite way to play Angry Birds, and I'm sure many will feel the same. I just wish there's more levels to really allow my addiction to the series to return. Whilst it lasts though, it's a brilliant renewed experience that fans of the series shouldn't miss. I really do love this game, and I hope we see more of it in the future. Better yet, the inclusion of a level creator where players could upload their own levels for others to get high scores in would absolutely be amazing. As always, if you found this review helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more PSVR content.